Yeah, let's get started for the best of 5 between Akkal-AOE and Young Upgrade! Exclamation mark maps for their maps of choice and exclamation mark draft for the Sibs they've drafted. This is mid ELO Mayhem Platinum Division 1500 to 1700 ELO 1-1. So pretty darn solid mid ELO players here, and yeah, almost poking up on the high ELO, I'd say. But let's go for it. They've both proven solid throughout the tournament. I stepped in from the casting from the quarterfinals mainly and onwards. So I have an impression of their styles. Akkal-AOE has drafted Hans for Arabia again. And yeah, for this tournament, by the way, they're playing Red Bull, Vololo, and Hidden Cup 4 maps. So there are some maps like, for example, Cross didn't make the cut for this tournament, but if we had Cross, then Hans would be a natural pick for that. But certainly, as they've proven throughout the years, Huns are a solid civilization for Arabia as well. So you never need to build houses, as you know, 200 population. You will be pop capped until you actually at the maximum 200 pop. While Young Upgrade here is with the strong Chinese for Arabia here as well. Starting with 3 extra villagers, but as a punishment for that, minus 150 food and lacking 50 wood started as well. So you're lacking some resources to compensate for the fact that you start with more villagers. However, so you need to go to food ASAP to compensate for the lack of... Actually, you start with 0 food, so yeah, for the lack of food to begin with. But the idle time at 27 seconds, that's acceptable. That's pretty good for Chinese, actually, if you can keep this up. You will have to force food, of course, to keep the TC working, but looks like Young Upgrade is set up nicely here. Looking at the maps, there's a beautiful back gold for Young Upgrade here. You wall the backside somehow, and between the woodlines here to the sides. And then the front side is very open, but there's always berries kind of to the side here. But yeah, back berries, back gold, always nice. It's simply easier to keep it safe because you can wall in towards the town center on this side, and also I presume on this side as well. And in that way, your opponent just can't easily take you off your main gold in the back. As for Akkal-AOE, we have a main gold right next to a hill here, very forward, secondary gold even more forward, and the third one just behind the woodland. Horrible gold spots, but thankfully Huns, they have a nick for playing the game aggressively, so you don't really need a perfect map to perform well with the Huns. It's just so much easier to keep up the aggression with the Huns when you never need to build houses and also save a little bit of wood along the way. So Huns can basically do anything. It's maybe except for the pre-milled rush, because it's just you start with minus 100 wood as Huns, so it's awkward to get that barracks up in time unless you commit heavily to wood, and you don't want to do that in the early game because you need the food. But men at arms absolutely possible with Huns, not too commonly seen. You'd rather see scouts or straight archers even, or yeah, Huns can do anything. They have a cheap cavalry archers in the castlage as well, 20% discount, so it's easier to mass Huns cavalry archer if you want to go for that play. Here comes the barracks for Akkal-AOE at 20 pop, could still be indicative of men-at-arms then. We have, or even a very late rush. He's not placing the mining camp, but he's probably going to task another villager here. Could be the men-at-arms. Not the greatest barracks placement ever, because it's to the side of the base, and while pushing deer, Akkal-AOE has been neglecting scouting, so he doesn't really know the location of Young Upgrade here, as he's drawing what seems to be a middle finger on the map. Not very nice. It looks like it could be the scout for the Chinese here, is it? As two lands going up here, barracks going up, while at 30-something% up here. None on gold, so it's not the straight archers, I think. Here comes some houses in the back to keep the aggression out, and Young Upgrade on point here with the scouting, just poking away at Akkal-AOE's barracks. also seeing the flag now, so young upgrade at this point will know that Oladushek is going for the men at arms. Even sees the first angry housewife popping out here, and sees the gold. And since it's kind of on hill here, you could actually get some nice damage into the scout as well. But scouting intel obviously more important here for young upgrade. You see him conserving hit points on scout, so not to risk any fights here. Here comes the stable. That's yeah, very decent uptime for the Chinese there with the 22 pop up here, 930 I think I saw, something like that. So we'll see how they fix this one. Radushek almost with the scout sacrifice there to the enemy town center, and now it's left with less points on the scout, so we can't really contest the walling here. Nice reaction from Young Upgrade here with the walling in towards the DC, pulling the other walling villager back here now, so I'm rushing these palisades up so that the men-at-arms will have to run in towards the town center to deal proper damage, unless they can break through in time. That is. I think Young Upgrade is fine here. Nice reaction, good defense. While stacking up those 3 scouts now, you could choose whether you want to use these scouts to clean up the men-at-arms. In that case, you'd want to have 4 scouts before engaging. But since these walls are up and he's going to keep this aggression away from all of the economy by now, might as well just move forward with the scouts and even delay or deny Oladushek's range follow-up from happening here. So that's good responses from Young Upgrade so far, keeping Oladushek from completing the range or delaying that a little bit, and now 4 scouts to be extremely annoying enemy base here. We'll keep adding scouts here. 6 scouts now for the Chinese player, and adding the skirmishers, which will deal nicely with enemy both archers and spearmen here. Good addition. Again, scout skirm can be strong on Arabia, especially when the opponent is going for the ranges. And I think Young Upgrade is going to run in here again. Also running in with 1 scout first to check if there were any spearmen about, but there wasn't. So that's the first villager kill for the game for Young Upgrade here. Finding the woodland on the hill as well and causing trouble for Oladushek now. Lots of ILTC time. 2 villagers dead. And still left with 2 scouts and forcing Oladushek to commit into more spearmen as well, which takes a toll on the economy of the yellow player, blue player, sorry. Not chasing away the men-at-arms with skirmishers. They're gonna need a lot of javelin hits to take out these guys. But it's also not a fight that Oladushek needs to take. Even if he'd win that one. Using his starting scout now and the men-at-arms to clean up some skirmishers before Young Upgrade can have a chance to take out Oladushek's archers. Yeah, and a good reaction in the stable here as well to add some scouts to deal with the Chinese skirmishers. Yeah, looks like young upgrade is cleaned up the men-at-arms here now. And army-wise, they're kind of similar in the numbers here. I'll check his backside off, just so not to get any surprises in that area. There are still scouts out and about for young upgrade. I like this extended feudal age fighting here, however, with the Chinese here. If you look at the 3D eco and the fact that young upgrade has gone to gold here now. Gonna follow up with the crossbows. Well, he's still already making the archers and skirmishers, but looks like young upgrade will beat the Oladishek handily to the Castle Age here. I think Oladishek suspects this as well. He hasn't really been able to do damage on the young upgrade side, so he keeps adding military. I think it's long term with the idea of holding off whatever young upgrade does, maybe be able to break through and deal some damage with the feudal age armies and kind of even out the difference before the cast age sets in for young upgrade. Would be nice to take out some more army like the skirmishers or even the archers here, as young upgrade can't or won't want to engage until the cast age kicks in at least. Again, good reaction by young upgrade here, just to pull up that house behind there. That's something Oladishek can't do, by the way, because he can't build houses. But it's going to keep the aggression out. It goes up outside of the archer's range, so even if Oladishek breaks through here, there's not much to be done. And with the skirmishers meddling in from behind the walls here as well, it's just... yeah, no opportunity for damage here for Oladishek. The only place maybe to hit is the backside of the line there now. And yeah, well, Logic has it scouted, so that could be a... I think he tried to send one archer over, maybe that got intercepted on the way. Well, Logic now with the stone walls at home here, he wants to stay real safe, since he's lagging behind to the cast stage here and does not want any Chinese cavalry or archers to break through on the top side here. Young upgrade is here to stop it though. He sends some scouts forward. Nice move to just peek around a little bit, see the walls going up, and maybe rush some of the armies forward now to make sure Logic can't completely wall before he enters here. Full walls, more or less, for Logic here. Can't place another town center in the castle, but he's probably going to stay one TC aggression with here for a while then. As young upgrade is about to get a snipe here. Actually making some knights as well from that. There's only one stable, yeah, I can't check it yet, but I think it's only one stable and then two double range crossbows. Which for Oladishek's feudal age army should be an issue here. Crossbows, they don't have Bodkin yet though, so that's not one that young upgrade could afford here. Dropping a town center on the gold now, playing it safe behind the walls here with the Chinese. Sitting at the armies as well, he's too worried about this. This could probably be handled by the replenishment of units from home. And now Wladimir is pulling his armies away, pending that castle transition. Does not lose anything, or let young upgrade catch up with him before he can get to the cross and Balkan himself. numbers wise, so what's this like? Are they quite even here? The young upgrade gets a snipe here, but it's he's managing arm with two fronts here as well. He's chasing all the check before the upgrades, and he's trying to get some damage in the form here, but he's at the moment with the stones all around there. He's a backside, so that's either mind games by Olajek or he needs to add stone walls here. He mentioned that, so doesn't really have enough stone to cover the whole edge here actually. So right now you just have to count on Young Afraid not noticing this is a weak point. RK, I'm sure, thanks for the follow. As we see a cleanup for Young Upgrade in the north here with the future research surprisingly well here, but there were obviously some crossbows from home to help out as well. Triple range crossbows for Young Upgrade and some convincing numbers here, 26-14 count overall, and then there's cavalry archers which for provide some nice mobility, but in the meantime there's a good chance Young Upgrade breaks through the weak spot here, and Olajek currently doesn't have enough military to hold against this. There's the opening. And Young Upgrade should really move in here. I mean, he can't know the military situation, but currently it doesn't look too right. Getting some early cavalry archer pickups would be nice as well. You could use the hill here if you're upgrade. I think he means to as well. Ballistics, as you can see, easily afforded for Chinese. Even uses that one knight. He only had one knight since he had the stable anyway. So getting some nice pickups here, getting some good damage in. 1 KD, 59 for 2 builders here, and a third town center going up for Young upgrade as well. Gonna give the Chinese a huge eco lead as the game progresses here. All the check with 5 military, Young upgrade with 29, and this is not looking good for the Huns. That's it. All of Czech taking big losses here. 12 villagers lost, 1,000 against 3. Not able really to do any significant damage to Young Upgrade. 1 villager killed, that's it. And Young Upgrade as the first win will be going to Olajek's home map, which will be either Kawazan or Kap. But first, a look at the stats before picking up the next game. So both making military, but Young Upgrades conserving the numbers more convincingly here by the looks of it. 59 to 7 KD, so that's a testament to good army control and decisions there. Better economy, not surprisingly, with 3 town centers in the end, or at least almost. And 923 uptime scouts with the Chinese, which is very decent fuel age time for Chinese with, I think it was 22 pop in the end, but little idle this time from the start. All right, let's pull up game number 2. Hey Trickster, hello, how are you? So, Alex first home map will be Kawasaki. Good mate, any advice on how to start off? I mean streaming? Well, starting on AOE 2. First, okay, looks like the E crashed here for me, so I need to fix this. You want to start with the, if you're thinking about preparing for online play and whatnot. Okay, I think how are we doing here? I think I'll have to reboot the game here. Played a long time ago. Yeah, but in that case you have a grasp of hotkeys and stuff, right? I use the classic hotkeys, so I'm not one to ask about that. I use the same hotkeys as in oh, we're crashing here, aren't we? Give me a moment. I need to restart the game a while before we... Or I should, at least. This doesn't look too pretty. Sorry about this. I'll give it a reboot to be on the safe side here. It looks like there's a lot of processing power going into everything here. Yeah, Trickster, you want to look into the Art of War in the main menu, because that's some good basic training to milestones like reaching the fuel age at a set time, cast age, these kinds of things. And you could go into the mod workshop and search for Cicero's interactive build order scenarios as well, where you can train specific strategies with a set order of events you need to follow, and you get a grade from A to F from your performance. There are different build orders there, like learning how to go 22 population scouts, for example, or men-at-arms with an archer's follow-up, and yeah. Let's hope a reboot here helps the performance of basically everything here. I think my stream is still up, which is comforting. And we'll get into it. Game 2, guys. We need to open Capture Age as well. Sorry about the delay, friends, but we're going into the second game now, any moment. I think we're better off now. Seems like a decent start, even the scoreboard stands. I like that. We are with game 2, and that is Oladeshek's home map, Kawazan, Red Bull Volodol 3 map. So, you see he's picked Franks here, and sorry, Oladeshek has picked Persians, Young Upgrade has picked Franks. Both Civs with great mobility, fantastic cavalry, Persians arguably with a better boom long term because of their faster working town centers, but Franks with more efficient economy from the very get-go, with berries collecting 15% faster. You can make use of that even with some middle control, and farm upgrades kicking in instantly upon reaching the next stage. This map should be fairly easy to wall off if you are into that sort of thing. And in Oladeshek's case, the main gold should be securable, maybe even a secondary back gold here. We'll see. But you can't just, or you can, but you shouldn't just camp around at your base starting area, because there's ponds to be contested as well. There's lots of free food income here in the deep fish to be eaten, probably like 2,000 food at the very least here, and the short fish as well, on both sides. And there's the middle as well, of course, where the relics are, maybe arguably more important than the berries. How many are there actually? 5 relics, yeah. So, yeah, definitely a map where you have to prioritize what you want to do. You can go for extended feudal age and play scouts and pray that you could get into enemy base inside of the walls, or You go for a massive economic boom with trying to get control over both ponds here, for example. See what other check out scouted the pond has found a place where there's shorefish, where he's probably going to place the dock later. And that's a good dock spot as well, because this deep fish here is very close. We're gonna bring in the board now. Young upgrade pushing in some deer as well. Did scout the pond as well, I think. Yeah, same thing here. Found a shorefish. So I guess the house building builder here. It's quite possible that he'll go there to dock. But the first player with the dock out is Oladocek, and that's not surprising because it's Persians and start with a tiny bit of extra wood. Much easier to get your first dock up. You could even place it instantly if you want to and still have a decent start. Persians, docks, and town centers start working 10% faster in feudal age, 15 in castle age, and 20 in the imperial age, so that's an obvious huge advantage for Persians on hybrid maps like this. Docks are also stronger, more difficult to take out, twice the hit points on the docks and town centers of the Persians. There's loom for Oladocek, but that's probably also to keep the docking villager a bit safer here, just in case young upgrade comes to contest fish income. He's not gone to the middle yet, though. He's relying on the pushing in the hunt and eating the boars here, which is going to set him back eco-wise for a while here. On the other hand, could be that young upgrade is aiming for a super quick feudal age here to get to Oladocek's side before he has the full walls up. Though Oladocek doesn't necessarily full wall in all games, so you could deal some damage or be really annoying with the scouts. I saw young upgrade the impressive scouts play the previous game, so might expect something similar from their tanks here. Chinese scouts the previous game, and now the Franks. Yep, there it is. There's the feudal age for young upgrade. 20 pop up, while Oladocek has 3 fishing ships out already. And though with one villager less here, no, not really. Villager counts are comparable, but no transition to the feudal age just yet for Oladocek. He is going to go into the feudal age with a much stronger food economy than young upgrade. And besides, the Frank scouts, they can't easily raid the fish eco unless the fish is just if they're at the shoreline here picking up the trollfish. Maybe then you could get some pokes in with your scout, but you need to contest this with naval aggression, and that doesn't seem to be on the agenda for young upgrade here at all. I think that will backfire heavily when you go to raid Oladocek's base, and there is still any food source to be hit. You can only hit the wood, and that's just a few quick walls away for the blue player here. So we'll see though how it plays out. Of course, scouting is on point for young upgrade. I have to say, he's found the dock over here, but he's not scouted the other one, so he doesn't know at this point that Oladocek has 2 docks in his control. And just quick calls here just for the safety of it, but yeah, that scout doesn't want to take that fight. Maybe it's quick calling because or suspecting that Franks are up very soon. Yeah, some scouts micro from young upgrade here. We'll hopefully be seeing something here soon as well. Quick walls again, nice. Oladocek to keep the shore fishing villager safe again. I was just dropping another house over here and not stressing the walls up at home at all with young upgrade now in the feudal age. But again, I'll say that young upgrade, okay, he can hit the gold now as well, but pretty sure Oladocek will wall this section at least, so the scouts can't easily enter here. Here comes the barracks for Oladocek now in the feudal age. And it's not going to be a fast castle age either, but it's going to gold, and it's made a galley just to make it, or is making one anyway. Wait, did it? Where is it? Just to make it more difficult for Young Upgrade to dock the pawns here. So that's why the players make a galley without seemingly any reason here. There's nothing to fight for right yet, but with the galley, with its 5 range here, you're making it look more awkward for your opponent to place a dock and start contesting your economy. Look at this, 33 to 25. They're both in the feudal age, but Oladchik has a gigantic lead here where he can... I mean, he's slightly behind the villagers, yes, but with 6, how many fish? 8 fish, 9 fish total. His food eco is just going to be much better than the Frank's farm investment at home here. Oladchik probably hasn't seeded a single farm, right? But he's being hit by scouts, that's probably why he's down in villagers as well. And certainly delays things a little bit, but not nearly enough to take away the Persians' eco advantage here. I'm very surprised to see Young Upgrade not contesting the pawns at all. Maybe he didn't play this map in the tournament so far. I mean, it's an option. You could do that on Nomad as well. You could go just for a land boom and rely on your farms with strong farming eco-sims like Franks or Slabs or Khmer even, but you're just giving your opponent so much bonus food, and I think it's never a good idea. Oh, rip. Fishing villager. Ain't gonna quick wall that. Scouts are at it again. Oladchik has some spearmen out now. 4 total, in fact. He's won by the blacksmith because he's aiming for the castle stage now and he's going to beat Young Upgrade handily to it, most likely. Young Upgrade can't really engage here without any anything extra to deal with. I mean, you could challenge 1 spearman with your Frank Scouts, maybe 2, but it's just calls for unnecessary amounts of micromanagement and you'll not trade very efficiently anyway. Oladchik just chilling out with the scout for now, but he has both pawns under his control. He's just staying near the middle and probably knows by now that Young Upgrade is going kind of passively for it here, and he doesn't have anything besides the farm eco. 18 on food, 17 on food. Food eco is comparable, but the resource investment really isn't. Just look at the wood count of Oladchik, even having invested 13 times 75 wood into fish here. It's just better. Oh, that's unfortunate that the quick wall doesn't go up, but the spears are still here. And I think the villager survives, actually. 2 villagers killed by Young Upgrade. Who cares when Oladchik has 14 food workers worth in fishing ships here now? Let's look at that economy going into the cast stage. They're both on the way to the cast stage, but Oladchik has wood enough to drop another stable and the town center already, and is barely halfway to the cast stage. Fantastic eco advantage for the Persians here. And finally, Young Upgrade sees the dock investment in the middle as well, if he didn't already. He's actually trying to get a hit in on the fishing ship here, but he's not going to be able to. I think being with such good margins up to the cast stage earlier and with this eco advantage, Oladchik could go for the knights here. He's going triple stables, and if you're worried about the Frank's knights, you just simply add camels when you're Persians, or mix in some monks, or even go pikes eventually when the pikemen when the numbers are growing too scary. Another lock going up here, but probably just for a long-term fish boom here for Oladchik and an extra safety just in case it gets contested here. Yep, definitely going for the knights. All 3 stables producing. We'll need more on gold to keep it going, but there are 2 mining camps here for maximum efficiency, and the gathering point probably set on the gold now. Yeah, a bit of relocation here from the woods and everything. 3 stables up, no extra TC for now. But eventually you might add a town center on either of the golds as well, just to boost your income. But look at the numbers, 12 to 8 is the military count, 4 knights out already, young upgrade now producing, but only from 1 stable, because it's actually not gone into more than that one is. Double ranges, crossbow now. Could be that he's thinking crossbows against the camels, and that he needs a ranged approach to deal with woodlands. Could even raid fishing ships with crossbows actually, but young upgrade is definitely on a timer here. Really needs to deal some damage now. He's given Volodechek the free 14 fishing ships fish boom here, so I really shouldn't. Even Frank's farming eco can't contest that. Trying to break in here, not going to succeed just yet. +1/+1 is in. That's actually better upgrades than the Franks have for now. Rock Strong of 5, hello. How are you doing? Monk defense here for young upgrade, and it's gonna chase away these 7 knights. No reason to give up your knights for free, right? So, but on the other side, Volodechek is almost in here. You know, he's mixed in some camels as well, because he's seen the double stable investment from the Franks. That means that the Franks is obviously going knights. I think he spotted the crossbow as well. Not really seeing Volodechek adding any skirmishers here, because Persian knights, they have +2 attack against archers anyway. They should be doing just fine, as long as you have knights in addition to your camels here. Yeah, not going to succeed in breaking in, but on the other hand, young upgrade, by walling himself in the corner like this, is giving up the whole map to Volodechek. So basically 90% of the map is in Volodechek's control now, with the mobility investment that is the knights, and now he even found a way in here, and that's going to be devastating for young upgrade here. Focusing on the monk, the knights are just not in the large enough numbers for young upgrade here to deal with the forward. Does get the conversion, but Volodechek with 23 to 9 military, no way the Franks can match that. He needed, if anything, mass pikes here to deal with this, and the economy isn't really set up for that anyway, with the gold investment and whatnot. Conversion or not, Volodechek will keep the numbers lead here, loses 1 to conversion, but takes out a monk. And still has better upgrades, so still forging kicking in for young upgrade now, but there are camels in the mix here, and I don't know, if you're Volodechek, you could even consider mining a little bit of stone to drop a tower here to deny this gold, because it's basically the 1 of 2 golds that young upgrade is taking. Rams being added as well, perfect to take out production picking capabilities here, and the flood of units is just not going to stop here. 2 town centers for Volodechek as well, he has 1 on the main gold at home. So getting the revenge for the first Arabia game here for sure. Yeah, so 23 mil to 4 now, no way back here for young upgrade. Biggest tactical mistake maybe relying on the Franks boom on land and not contesting the walls in the middle with all the deep fish, because you're giving away such a large food eco to your opponent. Even if you scout rush and kill 5 villagers, Olajuwon could still be ahead due to that food boost from the ships that goes unattended, so he doesn't even need to spend wood and gold on naval army to keep his eco water going. Oh, scouts conversion. Nice. Only eco left for young upgrade now is basically gold. Is trying a barracks, no panic pikes. That's just not gonna work out. This game is in Olajuwon's hands unless something absolutely crazy happens here. Adding a 30C as well already with a 20 villagers lead here and handcart even. So I think it may be time to call GG and get to the next one here, but it is a tournament final. There's even money at stake. I don't remember the actual prize pool, but I think we're close to $100 US for the first prize here. Not 100% sure, but there was definitely a prize pool in the video 30s. 3 rams pushing now using the converted scout here to did it 16 on food, but the worker efficiency not ideal here for young upgrade. It is running idle as well. It's replenishing villagers from 1 out of the 3 TCs, but Olajuwon is doing good work at spreading out the knights here, sniping monks, and just never-ending raids here. $80 for the winner, $40 for second place. Nice. So that's kind of a total of that is a total of 120 divided among first and second place then. So nice turnout for the Platinum Division winner then. Knights, the most created unit for both players, but this game dominated by Olajuwon, but it was his home map as well. Now we're going to see Young Upgrade's first home map, which is either Bay or Hideout. Yeah, look at that, 5,000 more resources collected for Olajuwon. Not so much the food, so the Frank's farm's decent there, but you still have to invest all of the wood on those farms, and you're keeping villagers working on those as well. Hence, Olajuwon can collect more wood and gold, having fishing ships taking care of the food early on. So that's a big difference there, why it's so good to fish on maps with fish. We essentially have a second unit that creates food, collects food for you without taking out other resource collection rates. Only 2 villagers difference in the maximum, but that was 3 TCs against 1 for a good while as well. Right, up to the next one, to Young Upgrade's first home map. Game 3 on Bay, where we have Byzantines versus Mongols here. Probably. Yeah, when they started the game or something. I don't know. Third game on Bay, this would be Young Upgrade's home map, who has gone with the Mongols here, a civilization frequently seen on this map, and there are reasons for that. Mongols hunt 40% faster, so you want to get the boars, obviously, as usual, because you collect that food more quickly, but there's lots of neutral hunt here as well, across the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is it 7 patches of neutral deer, I think. And you have, yeah, you don't have a deer close to your base, but anyway, Mongols absolutely able to get up nice and early here due to that food bonus. And you want to get up early because you want to contest the little fish that is in the middle here, if not only for the map control and the potential for a late game fish food source income on the water. Or a sneak transport, who knows. You can't build on this terrain, these shallows, so if you want to wall your base and keep it safe, you need to wall until the edge of the map on the land terrain here. Well, check with a clever draft here for the map, though. He picks Byzantines. That should be it's a good counter sim to almost any sim, but you have very cheap skirmishers. So if for some reason Young Upgrade attempts to go for Magadai in the castle age, well, the check will just throw out cheap skirmishers to deal with that. And you have camels against cavalry play, cheaper camels here, cheaper pikemen. A very open tech tree in general for the Byzantines. Not to mention that even though they don't have a Dark Age eco bonus to get them early up, they have faster firing fire galleys. So if it comes down to fighting on water and they are at a similar number of docks with roughly similar uptimes, World Czech might have the upper hand in the fighting due to the faster firing galleys. So, Young Upgrade on point on the logic side here, knows roughly from the timing of his own economy that there might be a dock going up on the other side. Manages to delay it a tiny little bit here, but not nearly enough to stop it from going up. And actually, all Logic gets the dock up first here, gonna get to the fish earlier, potentially. But what really matters is the fuel age timing and who gets the fire galleys out first, or galleys for that matter, to contest the enemy fish. And looking at the food income of Young Upgrade here, that should be Young Upgrade's advantage here. 11 on food for Oladeshek, 9 on food for Young Upgrade. Neither wanting to risk their scouts to die, of course. Would Deco maybe a little bit off here for Young Upgrade, going to the stragglers there? No, it's just to compensate for bringing the jeep close enough to the DC to keep gathering food. Okay, so a little bit of slip up in the economy there, maybe. Looks like we might. I'm not sure what the population they'll be going up at here. Both boars taken, getting the sheep, getting loom, 4 dropping some food maybe, and then go feud late. While other check should be following shortly behind after loom. It's going to be a 20-30 seconds difference. Not the worst ever, but some nice annoyance by Oladechek on the enemy dock here as well, with the scout trying to punish a fishing ship dropping off food here. That's the advantage of taking hit points off the enemy scout, because you can do things like that because you know that the enemy scout is too weak to challenge you and win. Fish investment seems similar. You don't want to overinvest here, right? There's only 1800 food total or so in the lake here in terms of deep fish. But again, for the map control, you want to contest it. They're both dropping a second dock, as you can see. But young upgrade with a half a minute lead to the food lake here. In a good spot with the Mongols to win the water fighting, I'd say. But we'll need numbers, or we'll need maybe even to go directly into galleys here, so as not to challenge Byzantine's faster firing fire ships with your fire ships of your own fire galleys. I mean, gold eco or gold or wood. Gold eco, I think, slightly off here, but that's just a 10% production difference, and good head start anyway for the Mongols here. Well, actually with 3 docks here, so he really wants to win the naval area here. Forward again, can't really win that one though. That's going to be the villagers' fight to win. Yeah, kind of wasting the starting scout here. I'm not too sure about that, unless the idea was to lure the villager to the shoreline and get the kill here. Seems like a waste of scouts HP, honestly. Nice fishing ship snipe there. Could be that Young Upgrade isn't going to invest too much into the water now, seeing the 3 docks here. May be happy to see that Check actually goes for 3 docks here, because that's a significant wood investment. 3 Byzantine Fire Galleys to 1 here. Could also be just a compensation for a 30 seconds later uptime to test this. Yeah, Young Upgrade only going for the fish here, at least forcing Check to rebuild a few, but he's going to lose this one. Not very impressive water fighting here for Young Upgrade with the 30 seconds time window to beat Check to it here, but the walls are going up on land. That should be an indication of a transition to land eco. Going to the berries, dropping a stable. Cast Age Knights maybe for the Mongols here. Or maybe not, since it's against Byzantines, but you never know. If you're up earlier, you can still go Knights if they don't have access to pikes and whatnot. Demolition ships, or rafts rather, in the making, but Check expects in that exactly that's why he's spreading out the fire galleys like this, so he won't need to. So he won't lose more than 1 fire galley unless he collects them together. I think I'd actually consider demoing the fishing ships instead if I'm Young Upgrade now, but could be that the faster firing fire galleys will put a stopper to that. Looks like Check has found some stray enemy sheep as well, using those to scout the map, because why not? Starting scout in the enemy base, sniping a farm. Sneaky boy right there, and he's 2 on gold. Was it the demo maybe? Yeah, I got a little bit weaker. Yeah, I was looking for fish to hit here, but yeah, I'm getting 1 fish. Okay. Not the best trade ever. Check, 512 gold, 282 food. Very likely to go to the cast stage first here, and Byzantines, they have a 50% discount on the Imperial Age upgrade as well, so that's going to that can be very relevant here to abuse that power spike. Whether you go for crossbow or arbalest or what you do. $16 farms for Young Upgrade, prepared for the gas stage transition here as well, has the gold needed for it. Check, lacking a bit of food, but that's also about it. It's walling towards the edge here. So that's going to stay open because you can. Is that right next to the dock? Maybe it's going to work then. That's going to be. Now you can still pass here, I believe. So it's not close, but if you keep a demo ship here or something, they can't just run past either. Stone walls, playing the defensive style Byzantines here. Buildings also have more hit points. That goes for walls, markets, everything. And it's a stable for Check here. He is scouted, Young Upgrade stable, yeah, so you might want to go into the defensive camels then against Young Upgrade. Maybe even Knights, being with a likely almost 1 minute head start to the cast stage here. But remains to be seen. Horse Collar, that's going to benefit on the further farms as well. No bloodlines for Byzantines, as you can see, so extended cavalry play not necessarily recommended. Might be an overdrop here at some point, but yeah. Already was, or yeah, some danger of that happening, but Logic is thinking ahead and quick walling that area to keep the aggression out. Look at this sheep still scouting the whole build. I love this extra resource usage here. Instead of eating them, we just commit them to scouting instead. So these sheep have Castle Age GPS on their backs. Byzantines were ahead of the time. They even have Town Watch for free, which comes in handy for line of sight for the buildings actually. Second Sable. I can't think it can be anything else than straight Cavendon, or is it gonna be the Knights? Okay, wrap before young upgrade here. Going for the Byzantines Knights masterpiece here. Attack upgrade is in. Defense on the way as well. Bozo on the way. And maybe a second town center. Yeah. And actually, now young upgrade has this within line of sight. Could, if he looks over to this side, use the scouts to delay this TC a little bit. There should be a knight popping out any moment, but this could be at least one villager down for Oladeshek, so evening it out a little bit here. The fish eco again, though, 7 fish, 0 fish, of course, for young upgrade. Going for the cavalry archers here, which makes sense when the enemy is full walled, and also when they go knights and don't have a range for skirmishers yet. +1 defense, but you'll need much more significant mass of cavalry archers to deal with even Byzantines knights like this. Mongols cavalry archers fire faster, that comes in handy, and since you'll be getting the upgrades for the cavalry archers, those apply to Mangudai later, if that's going to be your unit of choice as well. Tracking the army movements here, and this TC it got delayed, but now it's going to go up on this second gold and woodline of Oladeshek here. Breaking through here, knights on different sides here, gonna be some nasty raids, and young upgrade can't wall in time. +2 defense is in, so you'll hold off much better against the cavalry archers here. For the time being, only 1 town center for young upgrade, so Oladeshek should eventually establish a villager lead here. Still has the fish, but they're gonna go idle probably. Fish traps are out actually. They are much harder to raid than conventional farm eco as well. And military superiority for Oladeshek here. Camels, if they get close to the cavalry archers, they could deal with them as well. Nice transition here of young upgrade to go into the camels now, but they don't have any upgrades besides bloodlines, so at this point, Oladeshek's +2/+1 knights could actually trade decently against small numbers of Mongols. Bloodlines camels. So KD 612, good KD for Oladeshek here is going to delay this town center a little bit as well. Even out the villager differences here, they both have wheelbarrows, so it's a 3 villagers lead for young upgrade. Keep in mind though that 7 villagers account for this as well, so 46 to 30 something here. More idle TC time behind this for Oladeshek, but also 2 town centers, while Mongols now with 3, but definitely not with the food economy to support consistent triple town center production yet, so it's more about protecting and conserving your economy at home here. Doesn't look too pretty for Young Upgrade here. Again, a similar situation to Kavas on the previous map. Olajek with very, very strong forward aggression and never letting go here. Here comes a forward monastery. Could get conversions in on the camels or even on the cavalry archers if Young Upgrade isn't paying attention. The score is a bit deceiving here, 700 points difference. But Olajek with a solid military advantage here. That could be the accounting for the score difference alone, actually. That the fact that there's simply more army and Olajek constantly taking fights here. The Young Upgrade taking fights, he kind of has to, but probably shouldn't in terms of units. With the 3 TCs, if Young Upgrade can stabilize here at some point, you're in a better spot to recover after losing units like this. But Olajek is also at 2 town centers, and now with 10 builders lead there, he has killed 13 builders so far. That accounting for the early fishing ships as well. But yeah, just concentrate. It must be so annoying for Young Upgrade. Hello, Magnolia. Oh, you're right. That's a very forward siege workshop. Oh, I didn't notice that. It was that forward. Cavalry archers trying their best. They are Byzantine camels after all. They don't have bloodlines, but losing numbers one by one here for Young Upgrade. Never able to contest Olajek's army size here. Battering ram being added as well to start taking out production buildings. And the forward builder, she wants to tear down this stable all alone. She's dealing 4 damage per hit. This will take her a while. But Young Upgrade, it's not like Young Upgrade can produce any camels out of there anytime soon, given the food eco. So this woman is confident. GG is called. Olajek's after losing Arabia game is up 2-1 here against Young Upgrade, and will be going to Young Upgrade's second home map next. After a quick look at the stats, of course, as always. Byzantine is proving a good counter-sim to Mongols' play at this game. 3 docks seem like an overinvestment for Olajek, but it certainly paid off. 54, 21, 54 army units. Very, comparable army numbers here. And Mongols get bloodlines, so their camels, for example, would be better, but Olajek doesn't allow for the units to mass up. And then Young Upgrade can take into good fights here. 4,000, almost 5,000 more resources collected for Olajek. The fish alive and well throughout the whole game. Looks like we're going to the second home map of Young Upgrade. Which is hideout, is it? Has to be. All right. So, need to connect here. So hideout it is. Let's have a look at civilizations of choice here. We have Young Upgrade with the Aztecs for this one. Olajek with the Celts. Both civs with good economies. Celts with the wood bonus, allowing for a very smooth boom in the cast stage onwards, or just generally boosting your wood economy, while Aztecs carry +3 more resources per tip for villagers from the very beginning of Dark Age. So, and all game eco boost there. There are 2 civilizations both likely to go for all-in Castle Age pushes as well, because Aztecs, they have undeniably the strongest monks in the game. I think they have all the monastery technologies, and they get +5 hit points per each monk technology research, so Aztecs could definitely go for a monk and siege push against other civilizations, but you don't want to siege push Celts because Celts have 15% firing faster. 15% faster firing siege is what I want to say. So there's Celts Castle Age all-in potential going for a Huang style play with Magonal battering ram, Scorpion, Spearmen, Knights, Monks, something like that. And just generally use your market to trade gold for whatever you need at the certain point in time. Since this is hideout, I take the liberty of a bit of fast forwarding here to see if we get some feudal age action. Celts obviously have other options as well, and the Aztec have access to Eagle Warrior, which doesn't make that much sense on a semi-closed map like hideout, but it could be used for map control. Plus 33% gold for Aztecs if they get to relics as well. As for the Celts, the infantry moves faster starting feudal age, so Celts could also do men-at-arms towers here, and this might very well be a plan for logic here. I'm surprised. Yeah, Young Upgrade is going in here. It's going to see the barracks. It's going to see the uptime kicking in at yeah, 9 minutes something here. He's even seen the militia, so he knows what's coming now, but he's going to lose his scout. He's going to have to react. They're reacting immediately with the barracks at home. Feudal Age is in for order check, and now the action is on, so we need to slow it down a bit. So, men-at-arms is in. Villagers are in. No towers just yet, but that's going to... Ooh, clever walling between the straggle trees here. Very efficient, economy-efficient walling by Young Upgrade here. Very lucky with the wood spawn here, I have to say. And a bit unfortunate scouting of Oladeshek as well to break in at this point specifically. He is making the best of his forward men-at-arms and villagers though, and is going to try and take out this barracks while building the tower, but the defensive tower goes up first for Young Upgrade. He's tasking 7 villagers to build it, so that's not really a concern, but you have to force fire the tower's arrows here. Otherwise the villagers will actually complete this one, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Tower and archers for Oladeshek here. Four men-at-arms as well, faster moving at that. But Young Upgrade already has the range as well. Had the setup for Castle Age here, so this could be a short game for Oladeshek with this kind of Castle Age teaming for timing for Young Upgrades. After yeah, defending very well here. Still trying to break through here. There's arguably a bit of cover fire from the tower here if the Young Upgrade tries to defend behind here, wall behind here. It doesn't seem too stressed out. He has the archers now, I believe. And all the more importantly, the Castle Age on the way. Some house walls behind here, nice. That's going to go up just in time before the men-at-arms are able to do anything. And obviously with this kind of push, Oladeshek is setting his economy back significantly. He's tasking 5 villagers forward after all. So his economy for producing archers or transitioning to the Castle Age is very limited. So Aztecs are up. I will see a siege workshop here, maybe, or eagles, or a forward castle, perhaps. 4 on stone for Young Upgrade now. Could even do guard tower here if needed, but that would be an overcompensation for sure. Yeah, there is the siege workshop. Okay, and not sure what was the priority before. It would have been the stone investment. Poor builders idling out, so Check is certainly stressing out the opponent here, but forward has had very little success. Killing one builder, right? Losing more units than they have been killed as well. Ah, that's another build going down actually. But there's crossbow potential for young upgrade here, even without Vulcan arrow. That's gonna be nice. Probably gonna see a scorpion here, because that's simply more. It's more cost efficient than a mangonel at this stage, as there are only 6 feudal age archers forward here. They do have ledging. Check getting wheelbarrow now, and is eventually gonna go up as well. Trying for some snipes here, so going for the woodline now. And houses are going to block the pathing, but not going to stop the archers from getting any hits in. Certainly idling a lot of eco, but idling TC at home for Logic as well. Maybe to go to the castle could have been a conscious choice. Young upgrade, evading the feudal age archers. And yeah, 10, 6 KD here. Scorpion still alive. Didn't take any damage. Yeah, gonna clean up this, no problem. And it was a big stone investment. Is he... But he's transitioned that somewhere else, maybe just for another defensive tower or something. There's the monastery. Shouldn't be too hard to contest the relics, being the only player in the cast age. But then again, Celts, Monk Siege pushing Celts isn't ideal. Double stables for Orlandeshek forward here, and Castle Age just 30 seconds away. Market is up, classic Huang style Celts play if you didn't have any other economy behind this, but only 8 villagers on gold for Orlandeshek, so not get Huang economy here. 1 villager, no less, from Young Upgrade during this now. Doesn't really invest into any build tree here, which is fascinating to me. Well, he's making monks. Did he scout the sneak stables? Is that it? Or is he just expecting it? He's probably expecting some kind of Huang style follow-up here, and making the monks to deal with any Celts knights that might enter the area here. Crossbows forward, I might actually break through here, because you can't really easily quick hold behind. Orlandeshek will need to drop a big foundation here, like a market or something, to keep this out. No Bodkin though, so no significant investment on the crossbows forward here. Knights are out, which is kind of good news for Young Upgrade, because he already has monks out at home. So he's gonna hold those out no problem, and here he is scouting as well. Good scouting from Young Upgrade now, seeing not just one sneak stable, but 2 of them. Seeing right through Young Upgrade's, right through Orlandeshek's place here, and with proper gold investment, he could go into redemption here as well, and he'll even convert Celt Siege. I don't think the Siege pushing Celts makes much sense against Aztecs. They just have too strong potential to counter it with monks alone, almost. Oh, who's first? Who gets here first? Oh, it's closed. Nice. Phew, indeed. These are Celts knights, so they don't even have bloodlines. Puny Celtic knights. But the numbers are certainly there for Orlandeshek after this kind of feudal pressure he put up. I'm impressed with the army numbers he's been able to muster with the later cast age here. And now to go for the same kind of all-in style push like the previous games. Knights and Siege and whatever comes to mind here. He's gonna go for the gold on this side. There are 4 monks though, so I don't see the knights doing any damage here. We might rather see lots of Aztec knights on the field suddenly here. Scorpion defense against knights. Quick houses all over the place. And yeah, the monks are running out of steam here. Maybe some, but I mean, you should still be able to get most of the way. Yeah, I'm not going to see redemption here quite yet, I think, so you're not, unless you already teched it, so you're not going to be able to convert siege here. But then again, you could just use the converted knights to focus on siege, and you're still fine. And we're going to see the conversion stats after the game, but they are really coming in nice and easy here for Young Upgrade, who he's still making the monks as well. Yeah, he has 2 monasteries in fact. So full on monks defense here, that makes perfect sense. 450 gold is needed for redemption, so we might even see that. I think it will make sense against Celts anyway, because then you could just, yeah, 3 monasteries now. Oh yeah, Olajek needs a plan B now. He needs lots of light cap to deal with this, because as long as Young Upgrade doesn't have spears to defend the monks, then light cap should do the trick for Olajek here. Deletes that knife so as not to get it converted and give away units for free. Redemption is on the way, and also Fervor, which allows the monks to move more quickly. So maybe this is becoming a monk knight push from Young Upgrade on Olajek's side now. With redemption in, you could convert the forward buildings as well, so Olajek will either need to delete them or just let it happen. We'll see. There it is. It's in. And yep, they're targeting the buildings now. I think you could even convert a market, and then Olajek can't use that to trade resources. Much better eco behind this for Young Upgrade, depending nicely on the home map here. And yeah, Olajek doesn't let the buildings get converted, obviously. He is on point. No, wait, he looks like he denied the TC Foundation there, but it hasn't even been begun yet. Good scouting for Olajek on the map. He has basically has covered all of the map here. Yeah, buildings just go down like that. It's no reason to give away building free either, so Olajek simply deletes them. But now we have a whooping 11 monks moving out for Young Upgrade. I don't know what this last guy is doing. Oh, he's carrying a relic. That's why he's showing up on his own tab here. Interesting. So boosting the relic gold income for the Young Upgrade. Actually didn't collect any relics yet. So many monks indeed. And they also have these. Look at this. Aztecs monks, they get +5 hit points per technology research. So they are pretty darn tanky, these monks now. Not light cap can easily contest this. Because they have 60 hit points now, not just the generic 30 I think the monks have before the appropriate upgrades. In theory, if you had good monks with the Celts, you could convert enemy monks, but Celts don't have that technology. So that's not an option. However, Aztecs do have it. I think he may even have already collected. He's gonna convert his base. Yeah, it certainly looks like it. You can't convert monasteries, but you can definitely convert barracks or villagers. Or I mean, you have the potential to convert 11 villagers here. And more monks, 20 monks and counting. This is full on monks madness, and Young Upgrade behind this can still almost go to the Imperial Age here. Hi there, N-Brain. And if you know the monk trick, if you hold down the Alt key while the enemy is building a castle, you could actually single click the villagers with 1 monk, and then you really delay this castle. He's not doing it right now. He probably doesn't care about too much about it. Ah, he won the arena event. I see. That explains the hideout pick and the monk clown arena. So I think we're nearing the end here. University doesn't go up for Orlandshek, is being pushed back here. He's relocating the back here, so he wants to survive for longer. More farms going up. But I'm not... Oh, there's still a sneak villager here. Things could happen. I'm not sure if Orlandshek can get back into this. Another castle. Where is stone for all this castle? Shouldn't matter too much because the young upgrade is going Imperial Age here. And it's mining a tiny bit of stone. Now he's actually placing a castle already as well. Yeah, this Mangonel can't push all that far. It's an Aztec Mangonel, not a Celtic one, I think, because otherwise, if you'd converted the Celt one, you'd have the faster firing rate. But this looks quite normal. Is that a converted builder? Oh, tell me he's gonna quick wall her in, so she can. No, Wold Raider taking care of it. That's gonna take you a while, young woman. Or mature woman. But you're not gonna succeed. She did 43 damage to the castle, so good job there. She got value for that axe. Or hammer, or whatever she's using. Look at all these monks, though! 19 monks! While at top side, Orlandshek is just peeking about here, seeing a TC. And there's the Imperial Age. That should be a conversion because, yeah, the TC kills it first, but it's 60 HP on those monks, so it doesn't really matter. Another forward monastery, because why not? And probably Trebs, there we go. So rip the Celtic castles. Wait, Orlandshek is going imp as well. That's some... market abuse or not, that's some impressive recovery is done there with keeping his economy safe and going Imperial Age as well. There's still the issue of army and theocracy even for young upgrade now, so if it tasks all the monks to convert one unit now, once this completes, then only one of the monks need to regenerate. So it should be, yeah, he's converting so much of the economy here. Treb is out as well, a couple of Trebs, so the castle should be going down almost before Orlandshek can get a relevant amount of Trebs out there. He's making Wold Raiders, maybe he's hoping to snipe monks with a speedy infantry boys here, but this is getting rough. Game 4. If Orlandshek wins this, he wins the tournament, but if he loses it, it's a pick and decider game. So this is exciting. It's the whole map of young upgrade. The last game will be played on Orlandshek's home map, which is an advantage in itself. One castle goes down there with the help of another converted woman, and I think the second defensive castle might go down though. So how rude! Quite a game indeed. 30 monks and counting, and with the upgrades, they have 80 hit points! Did you research all the upgrades or what? So not really gonna help Orlandshek to come here to try and... and now the Wold Raiders. Wold Raider, okay, was an that was a distraction. The villagers was a distraction. Now the Wold Raiders come to try and slay the monks, and what a mess of a game! Oh, this belongs in the messy side event, not the main tourney. But these tanky monks, if they were generic monks, it would be possible, I think. But now they have 80 hit points, 80 freaking hit points per monk. Oh, absolute madness of a game, and another forward monastery because we need to replenish our monks. Can't let the old man die away like this. But now we have 14 Aztecs Bold Raiders. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing the conversion stats for this one. This is this is insane. Unbeatable monks. Yeah. Well, there's not much blue left, is there? Oladushek is relocating. The issue of relocating to this side is the only thing he's gonna find some stone here. He has a 4 siege workshop, but you can't really do forward buildings against a team that has redemption and monks the size of tanks. Okay, let's see the light cap, how long it's gonna take to... Actually didn't succeed this time, but... Oh boy. Kudos to Oladushek for holding on here, but this is down to half the villager numbers now. Full light cab helps until Young Upgrade can get spearmen out, but they are in production slightly here. And honestly, with 32 monks with 80 HP each, you could convert even light cab here at this point, I think. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's convert stables and get Zolotl warriors out. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. They're a decent mass of Celtic light cap here for Oladushek, but look at how long it takes them to take out monks. Still, sure they have bonus damage, but they are some of them are being converted as well, I think, or aren't they? Yeah, just 2 light cap here. Wow, wow. Well, not so unbeatable monks after all. Full attack upgrades for the light cap for Oladushek, and but now enter the old raiders and monks here, and the eco situation is undeniably completely in Young Upgrade's hands still. Just doesn't care anymore. He still uses the monks to try and deal light cav here. That's 100 gold to 80 foods worth of trades here. Get a better deal this time around. And Oladushek left with 3 stables producing light cav here. Might lose some to conversions eventually. Hoping to see a Zolotl warrior here just for the memes, but you never know. And talk about using your opponent's weapons against you. Sending the converted light cab to raid the new attempts of farming and rebooming here. Pike is in for the Aztecs as well, and more TCs going up here to, yeah, establish and extend on that eco lead. I don't know who is douching who here, but Oladushek is going to complete the town center first here at least. Oh, the quick waltz! Almost. Should convert the market actually and just force Oladushek to rebuild it again and again, because he's probably using it to... Yeah, I can't show the market stats here, but he's probably been using it. Can't believe he's only had 7.2% idle eco behind this, but really last moments. I hear a ram somewhere. Yeah, there you are. And now we cast on this side to deny Oladushek further expansion for the reboom here. Ramming down houses to get Oladushek pop capped here. That's not gonna work for a while. He's only at 42 pop after all. And there's just too much yellow on the map here. No place to reboom. Wololo! Indeed. I haven't heard so many Wololos in a long time. Rip Light Cav, and we're still left with one builder here. And it's not going to get the pleasure of finishing this castle. Oladechek taps out, calls a GG. Last game on Oladechek's home map, and now I'm really looking forward to seeing the conversion stats here. Yeah, this is a weird timeline. 50 conversions! 50 conversions! How can you desert on Oladechek like that? 50 units. You must be a bad leader, Oladechek. Having 50 units deserting just like that to the mighty Aztec Empire. Jokes aside, that's well played by both parties. Amazing defense of Young Akbred, but also good forward and good recovery by Oladechek, and somehow collecting more resources throughout the game here. 15-20 castage time. Amazing after being pressured by Men-at-Arms towers and archers there by Young Upgrade, but found some clever quick walls and kept the aggression out with a minimum investment to allow for a smooth castlage transition. And then the APM chart, that's probably just single-clicking villagers to queue them in the early game, and some conversion spikes here probably, these top bits here. Alright, we're going to the decider game. Nice. You've probably seen it already when loading up the games, but we're going to Cup and we're going to Sibs. I haven't seen this Sib matchup on Cup at least, so nice. Well then, Malians for Oladechek, always a good civilization for hybrid maps. You could drop the dock right away and you save wood for all wood costing buildings throughout the game. So that gives you a better room, gives you an easier way to transition into a different unit type if you need to. Malians have a strong men-at-arms opening because their infantry units gain +1 pierce armor per age, starting in feudal age. So when you get to the feudal age with your men-at-arms, they are tougher to clean up because they can withstand more town center or archers shots. Skirmishers will deal 1 damage anyway, so they don't apply here. Young upgrades with the Malay here. Strong naval civilization. Actually, let's look at the bands. I forgot to look at the... so Britons were sniped. That would maybe have been a contender for Cup. Maybe. And Japanese were sniped as well. So maybe they're thinking ahead about the home map picks here. To take away arguably one of the best Sibs for Cup. It is a cup, or a chalice, or some sort. Goblet. It looks like a very... Well, the front side is very open for both, so that doesn't make for a big difference there. I guess you could say that Oladechek has an easier way of securing this gold, main gold, very forward, but I think we're gonna have another messy game on our hands anyway. We might see some Malians Huang style push here with forward siege and knights again, even camels, depending. And Malay, they do have cheaper elephants, but Young Upgrade strikes me as one who wouldn't go for the 20 elephants in 20 minutes on a map like this. Probably gonna play it slightly more conventionally. That's not to say we won't be seeing any elephants though. Advantage of being Malay, of course, is that you get through to the next stage more quickly at a 66% faster rate for all ages. So if you're going for the archers line into crossbows and arbalists, for example, you're setting yourself up for a nice and quick power spike into the crossbows and arbalist. In the Imperial Age, Malay have a unique tech called Forced Levy as well, which will let them spam 200 swordsmen, or militia line really, at a no gold cost, only 60 food from or 48 with supplies. So if Lodgek chooses to troll around and go for a Malian longsword or champ Scarl style push, well, they actually have a decent answer to that in their no gold costing militia units. Well, there's a barracks for Lodgek has been spotted by Young Upgrade. And Young Upgrade with the dock and fish, and that's probably going to be contested by the Malians. Malians drush here, 16 pop, pre-mill drush for Oladusek here. Yeah, first fish out. That's gonna go down as quickly as it started, unless Young Upgrade finds some deep waters here to hide. Oh, this is so annoying. This is why I hate this map. Okay, he actually managed to find a spot there. No, he didn't. Oh, it's so annoying. Let the guy fish in peace, man. Yeah, we don't need a response, but at this rate, you are melee here, so you don't really want to drop a barracks now and invest into militia of your own, because that food and gold eco is already fragile, thinking about the transition through to the next stages. I think Young Upgrade is just going to stop investing into fish here and then adapt the economy to land here, but the drush is on the move for Oladusek. 3 militia out now, splitting up here a bit as well to get some scouting into that. I like how we left one here at the dock as well, just in case another fishing ship pops out. Drush can be powerful on this map. Oh, indeed. GG that 10 minutes for when we tested this map for the tournament, because of the drush on the water was so annoying. Nice quick also from Young Upgrades, keeping the aggression away, idling one villager, but it's idle villagers better than dead villagers any day. I like how Oladusek stays on 1 gold here and just looking for the expansionist, scouting the other one. So he knows by now that Young Upgrade won't necessarily be going into any militia of its own to hold this off. So that frees up just maximum annoyance here. Is he gonna get that villager? Take that with the... Come on, is it? He's at 1 HP. Get him! No, it's hitting the... Okay, it's hitting another weak one. That's okay. Is that... No, I thought it was force dropping there to get the next stage. 2 militia still alive for Oladusek. That's amazing. So much value from these angry housewives forward. It's even going to the feudal age first here. Although Malay with the faster uptime will potentially be able to match that if Young Upgrade clicks up very soon. Killing the deer, such animal cruelty, man. And yeah, fish, not really a worthwhile investment as long as the drush is at large. Oladusek docking in the middle. Shorter distance to the deep fish, I've heard, and 2 docks up already near the middle spot here, so that's looking nice already. And it's got a long distance collect the deep fish as well with the villager. So that's I can't read this, but that has to be the feudal age. Young Upgrade, gonna get there soon enough with 30 villagers. So even with the time that it takes to get up here, 1 villager killed by Oladusek as well, Young Upgrade is going to go into the feudal age with maybe 2 villagers less totally, and the ecos are absolutely comparable. But Oladusek now with naval control, he's not got any naval presence on this side, but he's making a galley on the other side and dropping some buildings for vision and for map presence, map control, you'd argue, in the terrains here. This galley probably out to deny buildings like, oh why would place the range there? Maybe Young Upgrade doesn't know about the docks in the middle, but Yeah, that's not gonna go up. You need to delete and rebuild this somewhere else. Yeah, there we go. Crisis averted there, just a minimum of wood going down, but the Drush still at large here. Fantastic Drush by Logic here, and now the block to maybe get another villager kill here. She goes down. 35 to 30 is the villager count now in the feudal age. While Young Upgrade has had enough of this Drush nonsense and is gonna pump out some archers to deal with the remaining units here. I just can't believe these militias are alive. And add to that they are Valiants, so once the first few archers are out, it's even going to take you, even though when they are low HP, it's going to take you a few more shots because they have extra pierce armor. Another villager down, are you kidding me? 3 villagers down from Logic's Rush here, and 2 of the Angry Housewives still alive. Going up, so that's gonna unlock fletching. That's not gonna be any problem to afford at all here. But look at all the Dushek's eco. He's 20 on food, 6 on gold. Will be clicking cast age any moment, and the follow-up is going to be probably double stable knights here, I guess. Yeah, not any reason to chase these weak ones, I think. A lot of checkers going to use them to scout the sides of the map and get an impression of things here. 39, 36, 30 villagers to 36, in fact, but that's also because all of the check is going up here, and he has 9 fish, so he has a better eco population overall than Young Upgrade has here. Do we have a second stable? It's going up. 20 for food, 5 on gold, going to need 4 more on gold to sustain double stables in the long run, but gold isn't in shortage just yet, of course. How much damage per shot here? Okay, 6 damage. That's gonna take a while. At least it's hitting with every shot because it's literally pointing the arrows right at the building here. Young Upgrade with the walls here on either side now. And now we're gonna see a counterattack. There are only 4 archers really, and this bad boy is still inside here and getting an idea of what's going on. Cast age is in check. Actually, not that far off for Young Upgrade either, but military is going to become an issue soon, I think. Let's see the triple stables, in fact, for the Malians here to boost the early numbers here. Bloodlines obviously is in, +1/+1 as well, while Young Upgrade only has 5 archers, and they don't even have fletching. They don't even have fletching. 4/0. And going crossbow with no fletching. That's 1 knight is enough to deal with these 2. Good spot by Oladishek actually to see these 2 soon-to-be crossbows moving in his direction. Not even know what the idea was sending these guys forward at this point, but you get to gather a little bit of information on the enemy base at least. Knights loading out like never before here, out of 2 stables now for Oladishek. 6 knights out, 3 crossbows, no upgrades whatsoever for Young Upgrades. Monastery defense though, which is good. That's basically the best answer to small numbers of knights is not adding a monastery and getting some conversions in. There was an opening here in the base, but Young Upgrade is plugging that one. But in the meantime, I'll just see Oladishek hitting the barracks or the blacksmith. Oh, he's in actually. Where did he go in? Okay, that was probably before the house went up. So damage done already. Garrisoning the TC for Young Upgrade. Off gold, no units production is making 1 elephant here. Getting 1 conversion as well. Oh, it's a sneak simply is going for the elephants. Sneak elephant. Nice. Malians have a good monk tech tree as well, though, so if Logic just... He could also just add Castle Age camels, because these beefy boys obviously won't have many upgrades. Forward battering ram, gonna take out the market here so that trading resources won't be an option for young upgrade. Not that there are many resources to trade from here. 10 built to 7, and the sneak here is just, yeah, it's just gonna be those 2 elephants. That's not going to last too long, I think. Enter the 8 knights and counting for Logic here. Actually, a couple of converted knights for young upgrade holding off, but score defense already 1000 here. Look at the scouting, look at the... Yeah, they're not really expanding on the map here, but Logic has the middle. Potentially the middle as well for further gold access, and it definitely has the fish. Again, off the gold, that's the only accessible gold for young upgrade, isn't it? And the monasteries are going down almost before monks. Again, sending the builder into fight here. Nice. Rebuilding, but gold, without gold access, you can't make monks either. It's going to be just one more monk here now. And yeah, maybe he gets conversion, but I don't think it's going to be a big issue. We'll check with 22 to 1 eco KD here. And one conversion in, actually getting the fresh one there, but that's going to be the last monk for a while as well. One more in the queue. And just a consistent flow of units here, breaking what they can. If you break the blacksmith, you're not going to get any upgrades either on this forward. I think it's just only... I think it's forgotten about the forward. Most unit created the monks here. GG, congrats. Well played to young upgrade as well, but it's Ola de Sheiko. He's the champion of the Platinum Division of Mid-ELO Mayhem in a nice set that ended in a 3-2 for Ola de Sheiko. Yeah, we're going to look at the stats here. With the graphs here and everything. Military, economy, technology, 40-14, that's a crazy KD, but that rush logic, that's best, most efficient rush I've seen in a long while. So much damage done, so much. Yeah, 4k more resources, power of the Malians if they get their eco rolling, I guess. But Malay not be playing to their strengths either here. Maybe a young upgrade was hoping to have Japanese for this match. Research count 12, 6, nothing too significant. A rather short last match here, but dominance by Olajek really favoring the extended 1TC aggressive play here. So, congratulations to Olajek.